Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. The 2023 NHL draft, and just how crazy might this be? Nobody wants to move those picks. And no kidding, Bedard, Fantilli, Michkov generated players like Klimchuk, Emelin, Colborne, Fox, Carlson, Benson, Braden Yeager, Will Smith, so on and so forth. But we're not focused on picks yet. We're not. We're focused on a few things not involving draft picks. First and foremost, Matt Murray. Is there a single team interested in you? The Islanders. Okay, that would be such a Lou Lamoriello move, too. That would be such a that'd be such a Philly move. Not so much. That'd be a fucking Vancouver move, too. Ooh, Tyler Myers to Toronto. That would be such a Flyers move. Hey, we have a darker shade of orange now, and here's Matt Murray. Let's just look at this really quickly. Let's just look at this. I mean, they need a backup unless you're confident in Philip Sandstrom. They do. They do. Cam York. He got paid. Sanheim's getting paid. Sealer and Zamula already. They haven't signed Ronnie Attard. Forward-wise, JVR's... They can afford it. Matt Murray to Philadelphia for a 6th-round pick. You got it. The first domino has fallen. The first one has fallen. Give me 1 second. My goodness. We didn't deserve this fate, damn. So, from there, not too much else to do, right? Not too much else to do from a goaltending perspective. Samsonov can stay. We can see what he can do for us. He's going to be rather inexpensive, I would imagine. Defensively, as Arizona's about to make a pick, here's where things get interesting. There's a couple of guys here that you could say, well, should the Leafs bring him back? And I think I know a couple of people we're going to try to move out here. As the Arizona Coyotes, first overall, get Connor Bedard. We should all be so lucky. It's a shame that didn't happen IRL. It is a shame. First up to go, they gave up a decent amount to get him. I think they should probably bring him back and actually fucking use him. But we're going to flip Eric Gustafsson just to get something for him. No, we're not. Nobody wants him. Maybe I should bring him back. Does somebody magically want Justin Hall? No. No, they don't. Why would they? After all, right? Why would they? Why would they? I don't think I can get anything for Jordy Ben either if we can't get any. We might not be able to even ship out that many pieces. We might just be letting a lot of options go. I'd like to bring back Luke Shen, who should have gone crazy a little bit more often than he did. Jake McCabe. Good first round against Tampa. Pretty bad round against Florida. 2 third-round picks. A second and Alex Chason. Yamamoto, I have followed. Beckman. O'Rourke. A second and Rem Pitlick, the god. Foot, Graham Clark, Sam Bolduc. The Rangers always try to get rid of Trouba in the franchise. It's almost as if that contract is terrible. Almost. Ooh, that would be a very Pittsburgh thing to do. Especially if Kyle Dubas goes to the Penguins and wants to prove that Jake McCabe can work out. You know, it's a pretty good contract for him, but do the Leafs flip him? Do they flip him? I think they do. I think they do. In this reality, Kyle Dubas, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. So defensively, there's really not much we can actually do at first glance. Well, can't flip Wayne Simmons. 30 seconds until the Carolina pick. New Jersey. Alex Pietrangelo. Hi-ya! Just breaking shit. William Nylander. William Nylander. Do we free him of this curse? He deserves better than this. Adam Fantilli goes to Carolina. It's ridiculous. Do we free him of this curse? No trades for Marner. We'd have to search it out ourselves. On the other wing, Michael Bunting. And how much money is he going to want? Bring back Nikita Zaitsev. Could you imagine? Oh, the Yarncroke contract. Can we get rid of Kerfoot at least? At least not bringing anything back for him. At least not bringing anything in for him. Can we flip Zach Aston Reese? Nope. Wow, there are a lot less players that we're able to flip than I would have thought. We're going to have to search out these deals on our own. We're going to have to search them out on our own. And I'm okay with that because it's not like we're trading into the top 10. The game knows he's going to Arizona. I mean, you know, we could have fun with this. It wouldn't be Bedard, obviously. Dude, imagine we set them up to eventually have Matthews, Bedard, and Logan Cooley. Could you imagine? That would be fucking hilarious. That would be goddamn hilarious. Oh, man. That would be tremendous. It would be. We're just browsing at the moment, you know. We're just browsing. That's all. We're just taking a look. We're just taking a look. You know. The Leafs can get Clayton Keller, John Guenther, and 2 for. That tweet was amazing, by the way. Oh, could bring back Leafs legend, Travis Boyd. Look at that. He's the Jake McCabe of forwards. He's the Jake McCabe of forwards. What is the memeiest? There's some good memes. Michkov goes to the Canucks. Something that could happen. He could fall down that far. He could. I was going to say, I did see Cassian in there. Now, in this reality, they end up with Bedard. But again, Matthews, Bedard, Cooley. They could play Barrett Hayton on the wing. They could do it. They could. I mean, we'd have to take Boyd back in the deal. We'd have to. We gotta free up that spot unless they're gonna play him on the wing. But they got Schmaltz, they got Guenther, of course, the fake Fisher contract. God, they still have Zach Kassian. They still have Zach Cassian. Boyd, the centerpiece of the deal. I mean, hey. Who else is it going to be? You know? Who else would it be? Outside of, like, Barrett Hayton. Outside of elite defensive forward Barrett Hayton. Okay. All right. Let's see. We'd have to take back some prospects here. We wouldn't touch Josh Doan. You know, you got to let Josh Doan play for the Coyotes. But they want to give up Maselli? Guy who should have been up there for Rookie of the Year? Should have been. I think I know the pieces that I want here. I think I do. Travis Boyd, Austin Matthews, 1-for-1. Who says no? Who says no? So Boston at 12 is willing to trade their pick. So we should keep going pick by pick here. Chicago ends up with Emelin, who is insane. Because you can't stop the AI from creating computer-generated prospects in Season 1 all that well. Which is unfortunate, but we just got to go for the meme. We got to do it. We got to do it. It must be done. It must be done. So what if it is a package of Barrett Hayton, Travis Boyd, Maverick Lamoureux, Connor Geeky. AJ, it's all good. What are we looking at there value-wise? You give up 2 roster players, including a veteran, a couple prospects. I think we got to throw a first-rounder in there. Should grab Moser. I don't think the Coyotes are in a position of power here. I don't think they give up Moser. I don't think they do. Their best defensive prospect / almost already best defensive player, JJ Moser. I wouldn't give him up for Austin Matthews. Have you seen JJ Moser in the playoffs? No, but you have seen Austin Matthews in the playoffs. I don't know if that's a risk you take. I don't know if it is. Barrett Hayton. Thinking Arizona has any power. They have more power than the Leafs do right now. You get Nemeth, because you need that strong, analytical, defensive forward. You get Boyd. Got a couple of prospects in there. Former first-rounders. You get their first-rounder next year. And that way you don't have to pay Austin Matthews $13 million while he bends your franchise over and scores 0 goals in 5 games in a second-round series. You know? I don't even know if the AI takes this. I gotta be honest. Hayton, Boyd, Lamoureux, Geeky in a first. Does it go through? It does. It is a very good deal for you in Arizona. Austin Matthews, you're an Arizona Coyote. The prophecy has come true. And now you, Bedard and Cooley, shall tear up the West. Rise up. Coyotes fans, rise up. Tkachuk also scored 0 goals. True, but he does not get paid, almost $12 million? And at the same time, Nick Cousins can score when the Leafs secondary can't. There you go. Jesus Christ, these generated players are insane, by the way. I hate it. I did forget to put it on the low, but damn. So Austin Matthews is gone. And I don't know about you. I listened to the first Steve Dangle podcast after the Leafs were eliminated. And something was mentioned in regards to Mitch Marner. And that was that there was a certain team years ago that would have a lot of interest in Mitch Marner. or that did have a lot of interest in Mitch Marner, and that probably still would now. Columbus. Let's go talk to the Columbus Blue Jackets about one Mitchell Marner. What could the deal be? What could it be? I mean, look at this. I mean, Columbus, you got some good young defensemen. You got some good young defensemen. You do. You do. I mean, down the middle, Sillinger, Kent Johnson. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Left wing's a bit weak. Tessier, Foodie. I mean, you really could use another strong winger. You really could. And then line A, Chinnikov, Marchenko. Marchenko got better. Gotta get someone like Emil Bemstrom. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. This isn't a rebuild, it's a giveaway. Again, in a real life scenario, if the Leafs did decide to go this way, they would not get fair value for Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. It just simply wouldn't happen. Because teams will say, oh, well, we'll give you something, and then otherwise, either you re-sign them for too much money, and you're in the exact same situation, if not worse, or we have a chance to recruit them in free agency. Take your pick. The Leafs would not have that much negotiating power at all if this scenario were to happen. Simply wouldn't. That said, as we'll wait for the Calgary pick to wind down, I think we might know where we're going, and hopefully we're done with the freaking computer-generated players. That'd be great, setting up Simon McDavid. 3 years away. They're 3 years away from Connor McDavid coming home. Right? I think like right as the John Tavares deal is up too, right? It's perfect. It's perfect. So between Jenner, Ross, and Johnson. Oh, it's tough to say. Where would we go? Where would we go? Would there be any obvious odd players out? I mean, you could argue Marchenko because they get that big boost. Marchenko or Chinnikov. One stays, one goes. Given that Marchenko's already a third liner. Got Chinnikov, man. He can play good defense, just like Barrett Hayton. He can play good defense. He might have to be the piece of the deal. Or you take Marchenko now because Chinnikov can play third line. Honestly, I think maybe Kirill Marchenko would be a part of this deal. I think maybe. That said, ooh, left wing side. Would they want to? Shout out to Liam Foodie, who scored a playoff goal against the Leafs once upon a time in a bubble. I'm sure everyone remembers that. That said, Marner, Goodrow, Line, Marchenko, Chinnikov. Then someone like Tessier rounds out that ninth pretty well. Take the 7th pick fast. We'll see. I don't know. What kind of negotiating power do we really have here, you know? What kind of negotiating power do we really have here? They got Jenner. They got Ross. Take Sillinger because they're already stacked down the middle. Unless they were to play somebody else on the wing. That 7th overall pick would look pretty nice. It would. Can we pull it off in 50 seconds? Is the question. Can we pull it off in 50 seconds? Can we do it? They do have a couple of defenders who aren't looking that bad. Corson Coolmans, Denton Matejchuk. What if we take on Coolmans, who's a little bit further along in his development, and Eric Goodbranson? Give us the 7th, Coolmans and Foodie. Ah, they made the pick with 19 seconds left. The bastards. 19 seconds left. They made the pick. Unbelievable. Well, Columbus, let's go right back to you because this is happening. This is 100% happening, and we are 100% sending Mitch Marner to Columbus. We will go. I mean, come on. We're not in a position to demand Yarosek. Not a chance. But yeah, given the age, we'll take Coolman's. I mean, they did just pick up Fox, but say he's not there. Werenski, Yarosek, Boqvist, and then, you know, Svozil, Matejchuk battling. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's not that bad. Let's go with the strong option. We look at their forwards. 1, 2, 3. Well, technically 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Shout out to Joe DeMay, by the way. He's insane. I mean, you know, you gotta give up somebody. You gotta do it. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gotta be somebody else. Let's go. Let's go for Kirill Marchenko. Gorson Coolman's Kirill Marchenko. They get an upgrade on Marchenko with Marner. We add a defensive prospect. Get their first rounder next year. Let's take the 69th pick this year. And send Mitch Marner to Columbus before that no movement clause kicks in. Done deal. Matthews and Marner, gone. All the cap space belongs to us. Now you don't have to pay them way too much money when their contracts are up. It's a win-win. It's a win-win, I'm telling you. William Nylander. The one guy who does deserve to get paid. The one guy who actually deserves to get paid. He'll be staying. There's not much we can do about John Tavares. He's just gonna be here. Let's be honest. He is staying. So moving forward, then, let's kind of get a rough outline of what we think this roster might be, right? Because we kind of know certain players will be leaving as well. And again, the highest we could trade up to is 12th, so we're not going to be able to do much unless we want to get destroyed value-wise. Leo Carlsson goes to Nashville. So let's kind of get like a rough outline of what this roster will be next year. Now, presumably, down the middle, I don't know if we're keeping Ryan O'Reilly, right? But presumably, it could be Tavares, and probably would be like Tavares, Barrett Hayton, and Boyd as our centers, more than likely. Which means we would still have room for like David Kampf as a fourth line center. Probably. I don't think we'd want to play SDA in a defensive role. I mean, maybe we would. Attribute-wise, not looking so hot, obviously. Pontus Holmberg is in there. If we do want to get younger, David Kampf would have to go too. He would. And we're going to look to get younger because we're going to embrace the fact that, hey, the old core missed and we got to start tearing down a little bit to make it. Was there a trade that we could find for O'Reilly? I don't think there was. I don't think anyone was overly interested in picking up UFA Ryan O'Reilly. Yeah, they are not. Okay. I think David Kampf goes too, to be honest. I think he does. And there are other players that we can continue to look to move out once free agency starts and we kind of know what we're going to be looking at. I think so. I think so. So the Bruins at 12. What would they be wanting to give up that pick? They want nothing of ours. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, Edmonton at 14, Ottawa at 16. Edmonton at 14. Can I interest you in a Michael Bunting? Matthew Nye is a third, and Gustafson, SDH, Dano in a third. Not quite interested in that. It would be pretty funny to send Michael Bunting to Edmonton a la Zach Hyman. It would be pretty funny. It'd be a pretty good meme. It wouldn't be bad. Can they afford it? Can they afford it? We send Michael Bunting. It certainly wouldn't be for the 14th overall pick. What the hell is their cap situation? They're looking to get rid of Yamamoto. They already have McLeod and Janmark, Bjugstad. They have to sign Bouchard. So they are going to be looking to strip away any bit of cap that they already can. That it would totally screw them over. It's why they're trying to get rid of Kyler Yamamoto. It's because they already don't have the money for who they want to keep. Zach Benson goes to Vegas. Is Bunting a pending UFA? I believe he is. Indeed he is. Yeah. I don't think he'll be making $950 next year. I've been wrong before. All right, our pick is 27th. Is there a deal that makes sense? Send John Tavares back. There is not a team on earth that takes $11 million of John Tavares for 3 years. That is just not a thing. Or 2 years, whatever's left. Technically. Yeah, it's 3 more years of that. 2 more years. 2 more years. Cap friendly hasn't rolled over yet. Yeah, no one's taken that contract. Not a hope in hell. People would gamble on a Marner, on a Matthews for the sake of trying to re-sign them. If the Leafs were to deal them, saying, look, we can't afford to pay you. We're not willing to pay you what you're going to be asking for. I don't think we have to move up in the draft necessarily. It is a good draft to move up in, though. It is. It is. But I don't think we have the full picture of what we want. There's some player development. There's some other players that are definitely going to go before the start of next season. Start simming a couple of picks here. Braden Yeager to Montreal. Detroit picks up Will Smith. Boston, we know we weren't going to work out a deal. They take Sale. Edmonton was going to be difficult. Dragicevic to Buffalo. Morgan Riley staying. The Leafs would be pretty dumb to get rid of Morgan Riley after the postseason he had. One of the few to actually show up in the Panthers series. Ottawa, 16th pick. Nice, Timmins, Gustafson, Liljegren, SDA, Timmins. Yeah, it's not worth it. That's not worth it. I don't think we're going to trade up at this stage. So let's see how the rest of this round is played out. Got Dvorsky, Hanzik to the Islanders, Cristal to Ottawa. Got Barlow, Riley Height, Gulyayev, Quentin Musty to Philadelphia. Danielson, Gauthier, Moore, Strommel, Ritchie, and Perreault. So who is available to us here at 27? And we got rid of one Sandin, so why not bring in a new one? In the form of Axel Sandin Pellikka. Perfect. Of course, Casper Haltonen's there as well. We love him. It's perfect. They traded one Sandin. Bring in a new Sandin. Axel Sandin Pellikka. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's move up to pick number 69. Let's take a look at the rest of the first round really quickly. Which was Perron, Wood, Price to Montreal. Amazing. Leonard and Haltonen to the Stanley Cup champion Seattle Kraken. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen. And it's going to be beautiful. It's a shame that Bonk went to Buffalo and not Ottawa. Christ, Buffalo has a lot of picks. A lot of picks. And again, until the draft rankings are a bit more clear, once we basically actually... Oh my God, Pittsburgh. Whew. We had fun with this and made a lot of people good. So... a lot of good potentials for players who are expected to be highly selected. Who are we taking here? There's Quentin Burns. Hell of a cut on his face. Jaka Dvorak, Theo Lindstein, Andre Loshko, Connor Levis, Golson Petra, Mazden Leslie. What a great name and what a great forehead on Mazden Leslie. Forehead per 60 off the charts, and you can't overlook that. You can't overlook that. Ooh, could take the goaltender Carson Barneson. You know, a decent little goalie prospect isn't the worst idea in the world. Let's go for Carson. Let's do it. High starter, 65 overall. That's a pretty good pick for us. 80th. I mean, given who was available left, we actually did pretty good. Unfortunately, the tremendous forehead is off the board. We do have Donovan McCoy, Frederick Lannon. So this is a guy that EA threw into the. Okay, let's just take Frederick Lannon. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Computer generated players in the year 1 draft. It's fine. It's not overpowered at all. GG's. Let's go to pick number 91. Jesus, finding that guy available. We could. Kirill Radulov. Another generated guy who might not be that bad. There is Trey Augustine. If we did want to, and Ratzlaff as well, if we wanted to just really goalie hoard at the start of this. Justin Bertucci. Quinn Mante. What a name. Denver Barkey. Great name. Great hair. It is a great name. Adam Zidlichky. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's ridiculous. I think we go. Look at this fucking guy.
Here comes a pizza. See it?
Ace Boy, 52 months on the primer. I thank you for that.
Unnecessary. That with the Patriots, Jack.
God damn it. The hair, the scowl. That's everything the Leafs are missing. Except and Owen Outwater as well. Man, Mateo Mann. Which is perfect. Let's see, Mike Sweat, Dallas. By the way, for anybody in here who is not familiar, I am very much a Boston Bruins fan. So, as opposed to what direction are we taking the Leafs? Just fucking down, son. Very far down. Let's take Ratzlaff. Let's take 2 goalies in a row. Why not? Get another starter goalie in there. We're going to need all the help we can get, given that, it's Samsonov and Wall at the moment. Who do we have? Hey, speaking of goalies, again, Ben Goodrow back in the draft because he did not sign with the Sharks. Which is beautiful. Pekka Salmelainen. Big fan of that, by the way. What happened to the Leafs? I'm a Bruins fan. What happened to the Bruins and the Leafs? Panthers remembered how to hockey. That's what happened. Living up to that potential that they had last year that they completely squandered. Oh, Angus. Every team needs a good Angus. Everyone. When's the last time you saw a Stanley Cup winner that didn't have an Angus on the team? Never. Because it's never happened. There's always been an Angus. It's beautiful. Anyone over 6'4"? Oh my God, yes. We go right back to drafting the Tyler Biggs. That is the way. I got to be honest, I could not care less who we get here with this pick. Let's leave it up to the AI. It took another goalie. Of course the AI is dumb enough that it took another goalie. Jesus. Round 6. Goalie. Yes. Oh, our scouting department. Our scouting department is on point. Goalies only. 3 straight goalies and 4 out of the last 5. Amazing. Again, Kasper Halttunen goes 32nd to Seattle. If you take enough goalies, one of them will be good enough to trade to the Boston Bruins. This is the way. Beautiful. We still have a lot of trades. We got to make and a lot of pieces that we got to let walk. But Matthews and Marner are gone. As, to be honest, they probably should be in real life. How could you have... That's the big conversation. How could you have any confidence paying both of them $13 million or up after what's happened? You think the Leafs make drastic changes? Yes. Or a new coach? I I don't know about the new coach thing, man. I don't know about that. Because they were failing to take forward strides when Babcock was there. And it was, we just got to get a team-friendly coach like Sheldon Keefe in there, who's been there for almost 4 years. He's been there for, I'm looking on Cap Friendly, 3 years and 5 months. It's pretty rough.